Raider action kicks off this week's MIAA edition of Raider Sports Report, where the schedule is so opposite boys hockey gets to play much earlier in the week. So here we are at Gallo Arena, where the number 2 seed Raiders face off against the number 10 seeded Hingham Harbormen, a very tough, underrated team. After a scoreless first that finds Jack Maxwell just under attack by Hingham, but it's just outstanding making saves, we go to the second, where the Harbormen find a way to get that puck into the net. Tough play here as Mark O'Rourke's shot deflects off Eric Doughty, and the puck goes right to Ethan Iaria, whose one-timer goes top shelf corner post for the 1-0 lead. Just a few minutes later, scrum in front of the crease leaves the puck just laying there for Matt DeMellis, and DeMellis' wrister goes for another top shelf score, and suddenly Wellesley is down by 2 goals. Raiders struggle as Hingham's goalie Andrew Eller is not fooled at all by anything. Even on this bang-bang deflection and shot by Carter Huff does not get by Eller. Seconds later, Carter Huff with the wraparound try is stuffed yet again, and Wellesley remains scoreless as Harbormen add another score. Ethan Iaria's pass finds Dan Shea. Shea nets the 5-hole goal, and that's a bitter pill to swallow for these defensive-led Raiders. As we head into the final period, Wellesley shut out, facing a 3-goal deficit. So in the third, running out of time, Raiders have to pull Maxwell for the man-up advantage on the ice. Billy McNally's center ice with the sideways backward shot makes it, and it's a crazy empty netter goal that just puts the ultimate dagger on Raiders' comeback chances, as Hingham now lead 4-0. Jack Maxwell saved a ton of goals in this game, but in the end, Harbormen only needed a few to make it count and upset the number 2 seed Raiders, shutting them out 4-0. For Wellesley, after scorching their opponents Bridgewater Raynham the previous game for 8 goals, leave Gallo, an arena that the past 2 seasons have not been the least bit kind to them, scoring only 1 goal total as a team. Such a talented, great group of seniors would sadly play their last game in a Raider uniform, but what a mark they have left in Wellesley hockey. To Jack Maxwell, Matt Kerrigan, Rustin Keene, Connor Morton, Peter Haru, Eric Doughty, Tyler Capecci, Hunter Colby, Michael Antonelli, and Graham Lasek, a sincere thank you for all your hard effort. We wish you the best. So girls hockey is the only team that remains in the state tourney, and they would face a very familiar Bay State Conference opponent, the Milton Wildcats, on Saturday night. Milton, having already handed Wellesley their first loss earlier in the season, and then fighting to a 3-3 draw, that's all the motivation this Raider team needed as they looked for that revenge victory when it counts the most. 1 game away from the semifinals. So with every player on the team finally back healthy and ready to go, hands down it's easy to say Kylie Noonan was the most excited to be back from injury. Not even 2 minutes into the first period, Carly Boyle feeds a loose puck to Noonan, and Kylie Noonan dekes and backhands it into the net. Wellesley's up 1-0. Just over a minute passes and Kylie Noonan again picks up the loose puck and 5 holds it past goalie Sarah Park, and the Wildcats already face a 2-goal deficit less than 3 minutes played in the opening period. To the second, Wellesley keeps it coming here, attacking the net, and after Cecily Doctor's shot gets blocked by Park, the puck's just sitting there and Kylie Noonan stuffs it in the putback. And Noonan records probably one of the fastest hat tricks in a game, as it's still early here in the second. Kylie Noonan 3, Milton 0. Later, now leading 4-0 after a Kaylee Donnelly score, Saragosa's slap shot from the high slot deflects off, you guessed it, Kylie Noonan's stick, and that is the 4th goal scored by Noonan. What a night so far by number 27, as she makes up for the 2 games missed due to injury. 5-0 Raiders. Unlike the previous 2 matches between these 2 teams, where the Wildcats always seem to find an answer, instead continue to be shut down time after time by Megan King, who's just showcasing her usual stingy defense between the pipes. When Milton is finally able to net a goal, it's deep in the third. King is on the bench, and Laura Hill knots a top-shelf goal, but even she knows it means nothing at this point. By then, Jody Lunger and Sarah Goss had already added to Wellesley's commanding lead, making it 7-1. Raiders played revenge, in-your-face hockey from the opening face-off, and Kylie Noonan was the MVP behind 4 goals on the night, sparking this Raiders offense, and this team never put on the brakes. Wildcats honestly never had a chance in this one. Final score, Wellesley 7, Milton 1. And the Raiders are heading to the semifinals. So we fast forward to Monday here at Gallo again for the semifinals. The Wellesley Raiders 1 game away from the Garden. Standing in their way, the Medfield Warriors, showcasing their nasty freshman goalie, Skylar Flynn. A scoreless first finds Medfield struggling offensively and Raiders persistently wreaking havoc on net, but Flynn is standing her ground, stopping the puck. So while Wellesley easily could have been up by multiple goals here, instead we head well into the second period, still locked in at 0, until finally, Keely Cruskadden's pass gets deflected out of the crease, but goes right to Kaylee Donnelly, who buries the 5-hole wrister score, putting Wellesley up 1-0. The third period, 1-0 Raiders, and if you are not sitting on the edge of your seat with a lump in your throat, well, check your pulse. Chaos around the net. Grace Powell's shot rebounds back out to herself. She tries again, but denied. Lindsey Brown buries the rebound, and Warriors tie it up. Or did they? Hold on here as the refs confer. Does the goal count when Maddie Baird is clearly caught interfering with Keely Cruskadden? So the refs make their decision. They wave it off. No goal. So the score is back to 1-0 Raiders, but that only lasts about a minute later as Lindsey Brown will not be denied again. She steals the puck away from Sarah Goss, dekes and top shelves it in, and this time, for real, Warriors tie it up at 1. So it's the battle of the goalies here with 13 minutes left to the final period of regulation, and Megan King and Skylar Flynn are more than ready to face the pressure. So the third comes and goes, and it's 1-1 in this classic nail-biter to be decided in sudden death overtime, where one team's season ends while the other heads to the state finals. So, still breathing? So early into sudden death, the puck is picked up by Keely Cruskadden. She feeds it ahead to Kylie Noonan, and for all the pucks that were stopped, you knew this one was the one. Noonan dekes and backhands it in, and Wellesley wins it 2-1, and the Raiders are going to the state finals. Unbelievable for their second year in a row as Kylie Noonan scores the game-winning goal in overtime, and with 5 goals scored in the last 2 games, Noonan owns the MVP award. The road to the Garden is never easy, but the journey is so worth it. Congratulations, Raiders, you have earned a trip to the Garden in the Division II State Finals to take on Falmouth. But that wraps up another exciting week of Raiders action here in the state tournament. Stay with us as next week we bring you exciting highlights from the Division II State Finals at the Garden. Here on demand at wellesleymedia.org, our YouTube channel, and right here at Comcast 9 and Verizon 39.